Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back. I thought we could go ahead and talk about the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette. I'll throw a picture on screen real quick. They are re-releasing this palette today actually, and I feel like it was super iconic when it first came out. But now I'm like, there's no reason for me to purchase this. I have so many eyeshadow palettes that have very similar color stories, or at least pieces of the color story of the Gemini palette. So I thought I would just share all those with you today and just go into a bunch of different palettes, some old, some new, some limited edition, some that are still available, and just hopefully maybe you'll own some of them already. This can help you talk yourself out of the Gemini palette the way that I did, and we can just ooh and ah over a bunch of grungy greens, honestly. Just, I feel like, you know, there's so many palettes I have, there's no reason for me to buy the Gemini palette. I have the vibes right here. So let's just jump on in. So I'm gonna go through these rather fast just because we have a bunch of palettes to talk about. So the first one, no longer available, but hopefully some of y'all have this in your collection still. I feel like the colored Raine Safari Raine palette is the perfect, like, duping the vibes kind of palette. It has some really beautiful, like, grungy greens, some beautiful metallic, like, kind of golden options, and we've also got some warm tones. So I feel like, yes, this palette, not every single shade is the exact same, not by far, but I would say that the overall color story, the vibe is very similar, and these swatch so beautifully. So I'll just do the gold and the green metallics just to show you, and then we can also do the green grungy matte just because I feel like swatching a bunch of grungy mattes today. I think it's gonna be fun. Oh, there's the metallics, super pretty. And then again, like I said, there's like a beautiful grungy green that you just can't go wrong with. So like I said, unfortunately this one has been gone for a while, but I feel like that was one of the first palettes I thought of with Gemini. And then another great palette for all the grungy green tones would be the Give Me Glow Cosmetics Juicy Olive palette. This one is just a grungy green heaven. I feel like this shade would probably be very similar to the metallic green in the Gemini palette. And then, like I said, you've got some really fun matte options in here. So I'll just go ahead and swatch my favorites real quick, all three on the bottom row, just to show you. Okay, these ones are super pigmented. Look at that. Another palette that I pulled out that maybe you wouldn't expect is the Sigma Untamed eyeshadow palette. So this one I feel like does have some similar vibes. I mean, there's kind of a lot going on here, but I feel like we've got some like nice grungy greens, a little bit of warmth, and then we also have a nice matte black, and then this is a super deep green. So I just feel like it's not exactly the same, but I think you could get some similar vibes out of it. So I'll go ahead and swatch the black for you. I mean, I don't know that it matters, but it is a really good black. And then we've got the shade Camouflage, which is a nice deep green. We've got Boho, which is one of those like grungy kind of brownie muddy shades, which I think are what the Gemini palette is known for. And then we'll do the metallic green that's in here as well, although I think it's definitely a little bit deeper, a little bit more olivey than the green in the Gemini. So, trying to pull my sleeve down here. Here's some swatches from Untamed. So I feel like you could definitely get like a very grungy vibe from that palette. Okay, so another one that I wanted to pull out is the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. I'm not sure if this is still available or not, but it's super affordable. And I actually did a full comparison of this with the Melt Muerte and Vita palettes. But I also pulled it out and I was thinking, you know what? I feel like this row here gives me Gemini vibes. Like, exactly. I feel like all those shades together would just be a very Gemini kind of look. So I just wanted to go ahead and swatch them for you. Obviously, you do have some warm tones as well, but I was really focused on the green. I mean, look at this metallic green. Like, I feel like if you're going to have a dupe for the Melt Cosmetics one, this is so similar. And then there are the three matte shades I pointed out. I think they all look so nice. I really like Beauty Bay and their eyeshadow palettes. I feel like you get a lot of bang, a lot of cool color stories. So, see, I already feel completed. I'm looking at my arm already. I'm like, yes, I do not need the Gemini palette at all. Like I said, this is just going through my own collection though, so hopefully this inspires you guys to go through yours. Another palette that I probably should have mentioned at the very beginning, because this is one of the first ones that I was thinking about that would stop me from buying the Gemini palette, is the Ace Beauté Tropical Vibes. If you love grungy greens, this is the palette for you. It is literally perfection. I love it so much. The mattes in here, they blend so easy, and there are so many cool grungy shades. The metallics are beautiful as well. There's not like a true green metallic here, so we won't talk about that, but we'll just swatch a few mattes. Like, I just feel like literally they're so good. And then you do have like that little pop of warmth, but I just feel like all of these mattes are grungy green perfection. Right? Like, talk about grungy options. Makes me so happy. Ooh, and then another one that I feel like I wanted to pull pieces of, just a few of these eyeshadows remind me of Gemini, is the Menagerie Whale Song palette. This is a really beautiful kind of like blue-green color story, but I wanted to pull it out specifically for the shade Plankton. I just feel like it's such a fun grungy shade. So there are a few palettes here that I just wanted to swatch one shade from, like I said. So here's what that one looks like. It's actually, I think, a little bit lighter than what's going on in the Gemini palette, but it's such a cool grungy shade. I had to mention it, and I don't know if that one's available as a single. That is the shade Plankton. And then how could I not mention the Tribe palette from Juvias Place? I feel like the shade Ashanti right here gives all the vibes. See, we'll just put it right here. I mean, it goes along. Another one, this is like a super great, super small alternative to the Gemini palette, is the Dose of Colors Cutting Edge. I have not reached for this in forever, but I was just looking and I pulled it back out. So this one, I mean, it's so similar in terms of having like just like a little bit of warmth. You've got a gold, a green, you've got two grungy mattes. This green is definitely not the same vibe, and I actually don't really love the shimmers in here, but the mattes are really nice. So I'll go ahead and swatch all three. I love the Dose of Colors matte formula. I feel like it's super, super blendable. So again, those mattes just give the Gemini vibes. Next, I have the Kaleidos Futurism 1 Sci Fi Green palette. I don't think this is available anymore, but I actually did a comparison of this to Gemini forever ago. So I'll make sure to link that down below. I mean, this is honestly super, super close. You've got a new super nice black. You've got some grungy greens, the metallics in here. We'll just watch the metallics. They're literally so beautiful. Still creamy to this day, even though they're several years old. Like, just so, so pretty. So there's what we got right there. I mean, not the best swatch because I'm running out of room. I've got another Kaleidos one here. I feel like they love their grungy greens. So this is the Flower Punk palette. And I feel like these shades right here definitely give the Gemini vibes. So we've got Golden Age. It's like a super yellowy green. We've got Sun Gazer. Super pretty metallic green. And Earth Ship. So there's what those three look like. I feel like I can put them right here maybe. Again, I feel like you take those three shades, maybe throw in a black, perfect Gemini look. So easy. It's funny because Melt Cosmetics actually did an advertisement like when they were announcing that it was coming back, and they were like, there's lots of other grungy greens out there, but none are as good as ours. And I'm like, I respectfully disagree, because there's so many good grungy greens out there. Okay, next I pulled out the Classical Paradise palette from Ace Beauté. This is the new formula, which I do really enjoy. I just honestly had one shade I had to mention. This one right here called Golden Apple. It's just such a good grungy green. I had to pull it back out for that one shade alone. So we'll put it right here. It's a little bit powdery, but look at that shade. Perfection. Actually, that just reminded me, the new Druid palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. They have a shade too. I feel like this, you know, like this green and this green are giving me the vibes as well. I wasn't even planning on pulling this palette back out, but I mean, it's literally perfect for this. I mean, look at the metallic green. Stunning. And then this matte green. I don't know, if you love grungy greens, it's everything. So I'll put those right here. I mean, look at that. Look at this. If this does not convince me not to get the Gemini, I don't know what would. I also pulled out the It's Freakin' Bats palette from Butte Bean and Shroud. So I feel like this shade right here called Trapa is similar. And then honestly, I feel like Handbook could be too. I didn't look for like exact dupes, honestly. Like I said, I was just kind of doing alternatives, looking for the same vibe. So hopefully no one's mad at me for swatching so many different types of grungy greens, but I just wanted to like give it all. And then I have the Glam Light Dirty Martini palette. This one's still available. I'll try to link everything down below that is available just in case there's anything you're interested in. But this one, even though it's not one of my favorite palettes, it does have some really nice green options. Like this one, Vodkatini, I feel like is a similar vibe. And it does have like a little bit of like grungy green matte. There's also this like beautiful shimmer right here. That's not really the same vibe. But I'm going to go ahead and swatch Vodkatini. Because like I said, super nice metallic green. And then we'll do Dry Vermouth. Don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But, I mean, vibes. Take a shot every time I say vibes, please. Have a good time. All right, y'all, so those are all of the palettes I wanted to talk about today, just pulling everything out. I mean, I feel like that is definitely the vibes. I didn't really focus so much on the warm side of the Gemini palette because to me, that's just very like, just too easy. I feel like there's so many palettes that give that vibe, like it's just basic. But I feel like when it comes to the grungy greens, since Gemini launched, there has been so much that's come out that is amazing, super great quality greens. So I'd be curious to hear if any of y'all are talking yourself out of the Gemini palette as well, or if you have plans to purchase it. Please feel free to let me know in the comment section, have a little chat with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.